were millions of them out there who were just thrilled. They have a sense of ownership in this presidency.
They do. You know, Wolf, last night in the middle of all of this, I got an email from some of my students at George Washington University, and they were heading out of their dorms and heading out of their buildings and going down to Pennsylvania Avenue to be spontaneously in the streets in front of the White House. I can't remember a time, can you, in a presidential election when young people and others have just poured out into the streets. And to a president-elect now who's been able to draw 20, 30, 40, 50, 100,000 people, people power is going to mean something different when it becomes real power.
Emotion colliding with jubilation, they poured into the streets in front of the White House. They filled the church where Martin Luther King once preached. They came out to hear the president-elect acknowledge history and those who made it happen.
I will never forget who this victory truly belongs to. It belongs to you. It belongs to you.
Obama recruited his army, ran his campaign, raised his millions with the unprecedented use of technology, viral videos.
Yes, we can.
And personalized emails that could be sent in a nanosecond, like the one to supporters just before he headed to Chicago's Grant Park. I want to thank all of you who gave your time, talent, and passion, he wrote. I'll be in touch soon about what comes next. Obama hopes to keep the connection and use it to change the way government works.
Above all, I will ask you to join in the work of remaking this nation.
It not only changes the way governance is done, it makes governance more responsive to the people.
By using listservs and targeting constituents, issues, and congressional districts, Obama would create a new dynamic and a new power center.
A President Obama could, in fact, develop an email video message that could be sent to thousands of his contributors in a particular state or in a particular congressional district to encourage that member of Congress to support an important piece of Obama legislation.
If he can harness even a shred of the energy that was on display in the streets, or the more than 3 million donors who gave well over $500 million to his campaign, he really might change the game.
And the rules of this game would be largely set out in the campaign, where the organizing and the training, really, of so many people, millions of people, has been established. And Wolf, what they're talking about, for example, is getting people to pitch in, maybe even in crafting legislation or enacting policy changes where people break down and help to set policy at the state, local, maybe even federal level. If he does this, big if, but if he does this, it's almost a new branch of government. We have to think of things a little bit differently.
It really is amazing when you think about it, and historians will be studying this for a long time. Among other things, Frank, as we know, you're a professor of media studies and public affairs at George Washington University. Yes. In the nation's capital. And we saw something really amazing last night. I'm very proud of this because we just got the ratings and the television viewership from around the United States, courtesy of the Nielsen ratings. And CNN, our network, was #1, not only among the cable networks, but also beating all the broadcast networks, ABC, CBS, NBC, from 8 p.m. until 12:30 a.m. Those are the critical hours when this election was told, the story was told. Right. And we had average 13.5 or so million viewers out there, 13.3 to be exact. It's pretty remarkable when you think a basic cable station like us can beat all the broadcast networks, obviously beat our cable competition. It's pretty amazing. It doesn't even include, you know, obviously our reach around the world. This is only in the United States.
Well, first of all, congratulations. That's in order. Second of all, it's a news story because it demonstrates that people are getting their information in altogether different ways. Third, it shows the evolution and the progress of CNN itself. But what we're really seeing here, Wolf, is that people are going to where they can get information that they want when they want. I'd be willing to wager that it'd be very interesting to know what percentage of those people were also online and at CNN.com at the same time. We're seeing a whole new way that people are going about getting their information. And sad to say, the old traditional newspapers, we know what's happening there. Many of them are changing the way they do business. The Christian Science Monitor isn't even publishing in hard copy anymore. And the traditional broadcast networks are increasingly becoming things of the past. So congratulations to CNN. Good job to you and everybody else. Yeah. provide a good product and people will come.
We're very, very proud of this accomplishment. Very nice indeed.
Now you got to keep it up.
We're going to definitely keep it up. Being #1 is good on an historic night like this. By the way, this was the largest audience in the United States that CNN has ever had, what we had last
It's very significant. Both you and I go back to the 80s at this company when cable was a new and fledgling industry and fledgling technology. And what this really does show is it shows that we have entered into a new era of media and information distribution.
And we're grateful to our viewers when they wanted to see a big story, a historic story like this last night. They came to CNN.
You owe 'em.
Okay, we owe them, and we appreciate that.
You should.
Frank.